Hello, everyone, and welcome to the orientation session for a brand new batch for HP Unified Functional Testing. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. And very quickly, I'm going to talk about what we're going to do in today's session. All right. So, to do that, let me quickly pick up Google Drive, create a new folder for this specific project, and that way you all will have access to this folder, and the entire training that we'll conduct will be part of this. Okay, live training. I'm assuming you all could see my screen and are able to hear me good, everyone. All right, fantastic. So team, I'm not sure if how many of you are new to this whole process of online training and so on, but I still would like to go over a few basic fundamentals so that you get a good idea on how the sessions and program will be put together. So this is going to be orientation session document. Now, what we're going to do, team, today primarily is I'm going to introduce you to the overall program, how the training will be conducted, what can be expected during the training, what to expect at the end of the training. But before that, what I would like to do is talk a little bit about what we have done with HP Quick Test Professional and Unified Functional Testing as a training program so far. Okay. So primarily, team, we have a great collection of high quality, I'm typing as it speaks so that you also have access to the document, video documents, video tutorials on HP QTP/UFT. And these tutorials have been built over a period of 5 to 6 years, team. This was the first training that I personally started, and then we've kind of diversified into many new courses. All said and done, with all the competition that brings that is being brought into the world of automation testing, HP UFT, which is the latest version, is still a market leader. It is not necessarily the top automation testing tool in terms of a demand, but it's definitely in the top 2 or 3. And you know very well, Selenium is the one which is competing very strongly. So, why do you think HP UFT is so popular still, with all that uh, cost that is involved? The license fee is high, and it is not got as many features from a web-based automation testing as Selenium, or the power is a little different because of the scripting being VB scripting. Why is it still so popular? And the reason for that is all because of the one word called HP. The company itself has been aggressively supporting this product for many years so far, I think almost a decade or so now, and it has evolved this product into being a more user friendly version, adding more features that will help us automate our today's world's dynamic applications better, and they will continue to do it. But more than that, what has happened is all these big companies that you see, who at the end of the day have their own IT requirements, we talk about like end clients, clients like, for example, a Citibank, a General Electric, or a Facebook, or a Google, or let's say Bank of America, and so on. All of these organizations will try and invest their time and effort into a product or a company which gets good support, and that is what HP does. HP has great sales, it's got great support in place, and they are always looking at these large accounts. So they have already tied up with HP for be it their hardware, printers, and other products, and then it is easy for them to add one more new product. With that overall package being HP, and also for the fact being UFT has got great potential, it's got all the skills, you will still see there's a lot of requirement in the job market. Now, how do you know what that requirement is? Okay, how is today's QTP job market? Okay. When I say QTP, I keep interchanging the word called QTP and UFT team, so you can look at it either way. What I would suggest is you should go to a website like dice.com or Career Builder or Monster, and in your location of interest, you should look at the jobs that come up there. So, for example, if I say HP, UFT, or QTP, and let's say location, I put it as um, San Francisco, okay, and click on Find Tech Jobs. You will get a good perspective of what is happening in that location for you. All right. So if you look at all of these, this is talking about Selenium WebDriver, but somewhere in it, maybe a QTP skill is also present. And you're looking at QTP Test Automation Engineer, Automation Tester, and so on. Now, all of these skills, if you look at, are not directly automation skills. But once you start going into it, they will expect that, yes, even if you're a QA test engineer, you have some amount of knowledge towards this zone. What we will do as part of this training is we will impart the most needed hands-on scripting based training that can take your skill to a different league, and that is what we will try and focus through this entire exercise team. Okay, so why do you still think that even if you're just a QA test engineer applying for a manual testing job, why is QTP essential? A couple of reasons, team. Number one, let us say that there's a QA test engineer, for example, this specific position, ATR International Inc. in San Francisco, and 7 days ago this came. The reason they mention good to have, there's a mandatory skill that they will have, and then they will mention some good to have skills. For that one position, they may have received, let's say, about 50 profiles. And when they receive 50 profiles for that position, how do they shortlist? Major part of what, if you see out here, are all related with regular SDLC, regular test life cycle, and then they will talk about other preferred skills, that this is what they will prefer to have. So for the same manual testing position, out of these 50 candidates, how would they shortlist? How can an interviewer or a recruiter go through each and every profile and be able to shortlist? And that is when they will do an initial shortlist based on, does this candidate have an additional skill? An additional skill like be it load runner or QTP or SOAP UI and so on. When they do that kind of a verification, it gets narrowed down. And from those 10 people who will get narrowed down from the 50 who applied, then they will try and look at the profiles, talk to them, and get you for the interviews. All right. So while you may not work on a HP, QTP, or UFT project, having it on your profile in a very strong manner and you being comfortable to work with it at least to a certain level will give you the advantage when you're applying for even manual testing jobs. Okay, just because there is so much competition out there, you need to have an edge, and this is what this specific training will do. It will give you the edge. Now, I will also talk about what the prerequisites are for this session and how we have to go about it. I want each of you to be aware that this training is not going to be spread across 2 months or so. It is going to have an aggressive schedule. We will have specific timelines to meet, and I want you to be aware as to what those scenarios are going to be for you and how we can structure everything. So today is the orientation session. I'm going to speak for the next 15 minutes and take up any questions that the participants have, and then we will meet for day one where we'll actually start the real training. All right. In this case, for the webinar that we are in, I just want to make sure that you get a good view of the schedule team. Any change in the schedule that we will make, you will get a notification for it automatically in your email. All right. All the registrations are here. So once we change a date, you will get that notification in your email. Now, in this case, team, I just want to make sure that everyone is good so far. We're going in the same mode as you expected. and I'm walking you through how this whole program is going to work. If there are any questions, continue to add it in the question and answer section. We have our technical team, Manoj and Shankar, also present, and they can help to address it as we go along. All right, great. So the current schedule, team, is today is the orientation session that we're going through. Then on 13th of which is April, which is Monday, we're going to have the day one. But I'm only worried that between day one and day two, there is a long gap as I'm traveling in between back from India to US, and I would have about a couple of days in between that I may be losing. So we're going to change probably day one to closer to being April 17th, probably Thursday, Friday. Instead of Monday, Friday, we might make it Thursday, Friday. You will get the notifications. So after this day one and day two, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 plus 2 is 15. So we have 15 hours of live training that is given to us. So what is it that we can accomplish in this 15 hours? What all can we learn, and how would you be benefited by it is what I want to focus on. So primarily, team, I would expect certain prerequisites, but as I said, what can be expected at the end of the training is that you will have the superior confidence to be able to write your own automation scripts using HP UFT / VB script. That is number one. Okay, you will have a great foundation on automation testing overall. What is automation testing? How does it work? You will also be very comfortable in writing code using descriptive programming. Okay, we will also work with how we can identify objects and uh, add them to our either um, the library or to the descriptive programming code. We will also focus on how you can build automation frameworks, how to build automation frameworks from ground up. So starting from zero, how will you be able to build some of these automation frameworks and so on, and have the projects aligned project based experience that you can showcase and present during your interviews. So this is what we're trying to prepare you for, team. All right, yes, we will cover between 50 to 60% of the overall program in a very structured manner, but the smaller learnings can be made on a need basis. What do I mean by this? For example, if you look at HP UFT program that I have here, uh, this is the tutorial. Let me go from the home page. So from home page, you're going to go to online courses, click on HP UFT training videos. Out here is the catalog. It's not 70 hours, team. It's much more than that. But just the fact that you have access to all of these, and click on the second one, the HP UFT 11.5 training videos. Not any much significant difference between these two versions, but I want you to uh, have a focus on this specific folder. So click on this and I'll tell you why. What we did is we created this bite-sized videos, team. What do I mean by bite-sized videos? Primarily what happened is I believed that while the tutorials that we've created were project based, sometimes there are individuals who want to come quickly and learn specific area, specific topic and go. Let's say someone wants to come in and learn just descriptive programming. Then these two videos for 1.5 hours will help you get that basic knowledge. You don't have to go through a complete project of 5-6 hours to get an understanding. Or you want to talk about object identification and spy. Then the 6 videos, each video being smaller videos of probably 10-15 minutes, overall about 1.5 hours, is what you need to do. Now, this way you have access to all these tutorials that you can take. So here are some of these topics that you could always refer to. For example, environment variables or function libraries or actions and checkpoints or how you build advanced frameworks. This is one folder that I want you to have good access to, team. The second one is the one at the beginning, HP QTP 10 training videos. This one is more like a major big catalog of tutorials. This has got many more chapters presented, but again in a project base. For example, you want to talk about how you do database testing or .NET Factory, how you do shell scripting or Mercury device replay. All of these are present in these videos team. Now, my intent is to try and get you to be able to confidently approach interviews within these 15 sessions. So we're going to put this program together so that towards the end of these 15 sessions, you are confident to go and crack the interview. All right. That is what we will build. Apart from this, we will follow up this with a live project which will be highly interactive, and you will be working on all the entire project along with a given team that will be assigned, and that will be again a great experience that you should definitely take. Now, what each of you will need to do team is, as a prerequisite, I want you all to go to the second chapter that I was talking about, and there are some basic fundamental videos that you could do as a video based learning at your own end. You don't need to wait for the day one to start to get to this learning team. So where do I intend to tell you those? Uh, all of these chapters, in fact, almost till chapter 7 are great videos. But to begin with, what we will do as prerequisites is, before day one, please view the videos from this link, and let me talk about which chapters it is. So this is basically introduction to UFT. So 4 videos, total of 48 minutes. Then you have UI and VB scripting fundamentals, object identification as SPY, VB script debugging, actions and checkpoints, and VB scripting. So if you are able to focus on these first 5 chapters, in total 1.5 hour, 3 hours, then 3 hours, about 6.5 hours of videos team. Okay, you have about a week from now to there. Chapter 1 through chapter 5. Now you will be able to get a fundamental knowledge on the overall basics of automation using HP UFT. These are all standard teams. So all these features which are there, either be it in QTP 10, 11, 11.5 or 12, are all the same standard ones. What are objects? How does an object spy work, or an object repository, or how we talk about going and taking the basics of VB scripting, the first programming. So VB script is a language that has been there for a very long time, and it is exactly the same thing with very, very few changes that have ever happened to it. So you have the same fundamental knowledges that you can pick up. Now, this is about, as I was saying, about 6 to 7 hours of videos that I want you to watch. That's it. Now, I don't expect you to practice yet. I don't expect. If you have plenty of time, then do it. Because what happens is, for every video, let's say which is 1 hour, you want to be able to practice at your end looking at that video. It will take you an additional 3 hours, because you're going to pause it, you're going to try it, you're going to find challenges, which is very good, because that is when you learn, and then you'll try and come back and repeat it again. I think that way you lose time. I want you to watch these videos like a movie. Very simple. Keep a notebook on the side, a physical notebook, play them as a movie, and then watch them as a movie. Don't pause, rewind, or replay. Okay, just play the movie, play the videos, and take notes. Why am I saying this? For a person who believes so strongly in practical knowledge, hands-on experience, Why am I putting this for you? The reason is I want you to get an understanding. You will not master HPQTP or UFT or any kind of scripting through this. You will get an overview idea and get an understanding. Okay, this is what it is. We will repeat these concepts again during the live training. At that time, we will go a little faster, and you will also get an opportunity to practice along with. The best way that if anyone has ever learned these tutorials is as the first attempt, just watch the videos. Okay. Second attempt, practice while watching the same or new set of videos. So what do I mean? The same or new set of videos. If you go back to the UFT Live Training homepage, you will see here there are many fast tracks team. Just like what we're going to be doing in this batch, there are so many batch videos that are there. If you, for example, open any of these batches, all right, I'm opening the fast track 3 that's listed here. And here you will see that this day 1 to day 3, day 3 to day 4, day 4 to day 8, day 8 to day 12, day 13 to day 17. Each of these are projects, and each of these have been taken in a way to present to you all those fundamental things. So, for example, you could pick this if you're only watching as video based training and not the live trainings. You will be able to go through this as a first attempt just as watching it. And each of this, the first project will be fundamentals. The day 4 to day 8 may be a data driven framework. The day 8 to day 12 may be a keyword driven framework, and this may be a hybrid framework, and so on. So each of these will introduce you to all the concepts that are needed, and you can watch them end to end like movies. Once you sign in with your premium membership, then you'll have access to all of this information. Okay. Now, this is about 2 years or 3 years, 2.5 years ago. And you can pick, depending on your choice, the latest ones. Honestly, team, it does not matter because the concept of automation, the concept of how we build frameworks or coding is all still the same. So you can take one batch just to watch videos, any of these, and another batch, for example, UFT 12 QTP Fast Track 6, which I did in November of last year. You could take it to do that as again, see, day 17, it's a similar manner as a practice. So same concepts, different applications that I take. I don't take those standard applications. I take some interesting applications so that it is interesting also for you to participate, and take those applications and work very strongly on them in terms of automation. So this time, as a second attempt, you should practice on it. And that has been the right way to master the overall automation tool and concepts. Okay, so what I am trying to put you through is consider this as the first attempt, for example, watching these videos, and then as a second attempt in terms of the second gear, getting into the second gear of learning, are these live trainings. All right, now a lot of people join team. There are closer to 100 participants in this session today, and all of you will be able to see that, and by the day one starts, there'll be many more who will join in. All of you will start with a notion that, hey, live training, and so on, and that is fine, team. Am I still audible, everyone? Am I good? Can you all hear me? All right, great. Thank you. I just want to make sure because I keep talking. Sometimes I don't look at the chat, and I didn't want to miss anything. And I'll come back to taking your questions in a minute or so, team. Let me quickly finish this and I'll go with you. So why are we talking about live training versus video-based learning? Number one, team, video-based learning is common for all programs. So our main content is presented to you as that video catalog that you'll have access to from 6 months to 3 years, depending on what program you've subscribed for. And you have learn anytime, anywhere kind of a concept. They are very detailed, high quality, and with a lot of content plus depth of it existing. So for example, you have an interview in a week's time or 2 weeks time. That would be perfect for you to go for the videos. Once you go through the videos, you will have that knowledge, and this is the methodology that you should follow. All right. So with this concept, where first time get a preliminary idea of what is what, and then for the second time get into a more detailed learning while practicing as we teach. Okay, so you could take that concept and try and do a crash course at your own convenience in that 1 week or 2 weeks that you have available before an interview, just as an example. Or you might be someone who's saying, Karthik, I am a participant who needs to have things aligned in a very structured manner so that I have a schedule of learning. So the most biggest advantage for life is that there is a schedule of learning. Lot of us, we buy things, and some of us, we tend not to use them very often, right? But with this kind of a live program, we have a schedule that we put together, and you commit to it, because not only are you paying money to get into this program, you're also committing your time away from your family, your friends, your work, and so on. So you're investing a lot of effort into it, team. All right, and we appreciate that, and we realize that very, very well. So we want to make sure that every day that we do, every session that we do, will be packed with all that content and information that you need. Okay, the good thing is some of us require a schedule to learn, a schedule that is put together so that you can then stick to that schedule and work with that schedule. All right, as we see these live sessions, I'll have over 100 participants in this specific live training going from day one. And the questions will be typically common. All right, during live, questions are usually common. And in fact, what happens, team, is the way I present the lectures, I kind of anticipate what kind of a questions typically we get as individuals while learning these programs. And I kind of give you an upfront answer that this is how it is, this is why it is, and so on. And you'll know it once we get into day one, day two. So out of, let's say, the 100 participants who are attending at the same time the live training, 100 people will not have 100 different questions. There will be typically 10 or 15 questions which are common, and that gives us the ability to make this program successfully run online. Okay, so it is very similar to a video based learning through a defined schedule. So you know that sticking to the schedule, committing to it, that by the end of the training program, which will be around May 1st or 2nd week, we will complete our goal. And you have that certainty. It is like just like going for a fitness training and saying that, okay, let's take this 1 month boot camp. Either we can go all by ourselves to the gym, do a little bit of cardio and some weights and so on, and random activities, or we're going through a structured coach or a personal trainer who will tell you exactly how you're going to do each and every day. So Monday you're going to do this, Wednesday you're going to do that, Friday you're going to do this, Sunday is an off for you, and so on. So you get to go through that scheduled manner. Out of this 100 participants who will start live, by the end of the training, why am I not able to switch? Okay. By the end of the training, you will see out of the 100, there are probably only 60 people left in the live. What happens to the remaining 40? Probably 10 or 15 of you may drop out because you're not yet ready, or you've got a job which needs attention, or a personal thing. So not drop out from the training itself, drop out from attending the live session. Some of you will see that, you know what, I'm good with the schedule, but I will do it video based. Since every session will get recorded and hosted on the website, let me take it. Even if you miss a session, you can go back and watch the video. What I want you to do, team, is try and stay with that schedule. That is most important. 99% is very, very, very far away from 100. Okay, there's a big gap between 99 and 100. It is not one, it is huge. What I want you to do is finish that and do 100 team. Sorry everyone. Once we get to the mode of completing and we feel glad that okay, today I feel nice that we have done something. For example, when I get into this training sessions team and I put in all my effort, my passion to tell you how it's going to work and so on, when I finish this, I'll feel a certain content that yes, I've accomplished something good today. I've kind of given that information to the people want. I want you to experience the same. I want you to go through and finish the entire program so that it is all set on your resume. You've got the skill and you have that ability to go and face those interviews now. All right, so video or live does not matter, because video is going to be common. You learn a lot through videos, not only today, 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, through IT you learn. You will, the advantage that the live will do is it will give you a schedule. So stick with the schedule even if you're live or video still. That is my recommendation to you all. The last one before I open up questions is, I talked about how the training will be conducted, a little bit of the job market and so on, is about the tool itself, right? Tool installation, so on, so on. My strongest recommendation team is to look at number one, the welcome pack that comes with purchase of the premium membership. In that, there'll be a document which will clearly talk about what version to install, where to download from, how to install, what is the trial version, when will it expire, what do you do if it expires and you want to practice for your training need, not for a commercial need, how can you continue to access, and so on. All right, so all of this is mentioned in the premium membership. Also, it is mentioned in the technical forum on the website. So if you go to itelearn.com/forum, let me quickly get this link also and put it here so that you have access. In this forum team, you're going to see that there are thousands of participants. Give me one quick second to make sure that I have this here. Okay, there are thousands of participants, thousands of posts on each topic, and there are about how many 6400 members who've joined since beginning of last year. We started this forum about a year and few months back, and there are so many members who are part of this system right now. There's a constant communication. There is a lot of, sorry about the background noise guys, this is one thing that is so disturbing when I do the sessions from India, but again I really can't complain about it right now. All right team, so let me quickly give you that idea. So out of this, if you look at QTP, is probably one of the most widely used technical forum. So if you go to QTP, which has got 64 pages or 64 759 topics, more than any other course, that just shows the popularity of how we're doing things. So under QTP automation, if you go in and search for any topic, for example, if you say descriptive programming, okay, and do a search, you will see all the related uh, topics that will come in that area. So here there are about almost 2 pages of topics just in that, and just the concept of going through this, seeing what others are putting and what kind of answers are coming and interacting, will really give you a strong hold on a team. Okay, or if you're talking about just installation of the tool itself, you will see again about 2 pages on how we do it. QTP 10 license, QTP installation error, how do I do it, license error message, QTP installation on Windows Vista. So all of these threads will give you the needed solution to what your challenges are. So I would request you to make sure that you also use the forum very actively. It is just not videos team. You have to use a combination of videos and forum. Fair enough, everyone? So from the installation standpoint, I've spoken what to expect in the training. I gave you the prerequisites of the videos that you want to watch. The reason I'm asking you to watch these videos, team, are very small videos, simply presented. It is easy to just watch them as videos, get an idea. We will repeat them again, Yes, I will go a little faster. And when I repeat it again during the live project, live training, you will be having an opportunity to practice on it as we go through the live. Okay, so that's my suggestions. You don't have to go to chapter 6 or 7 as of now, but as needed, as we go forward, you will have the opportunity to do that as well. All right, so this is this. There's one more thing I wanted to show. I'm sure it should be here. QTP UFT interview questions. So this section has got some great amount of interview questions, and all of these are protected right now because I needed to sign in. And once I sign in, you will be able to see all these quizzes. Many quizzes created specifically on each topic in QTP, and you can take it as a test, and that will give you that kind of a comfort level on how to face interviews, team. Okay, this is all the content that we have. Great collection of videos, great collection of technical forum questions and answers, interview questions, the overall mode of live webinar, and just the fact that we've been doing it for a long time, so we know how to make sure that you can learn. When we get to teaching team, it is a different ball game than trying to be an automation engineer. So for the ability to teach, not only should we have a great skill on the tool itself, good communications and how clearly we are presenting, but also the ability to teach in a way that you can understand, you show interest, and it sticks with you. So that is the reason we take pure project based approach. We do never do theoretical training in IT. We don't say that this is descriptive programming and this is how you do it. No, we say that this is a project, here is a requirement, here is a challenge. Now what is the solution? This is the solution, and this is what is descriptive programming. So the theory comes automatically to you when we implement things in a practical manner. All right, it's basically saying that I can teach you any amount of swimming or driving a car out of the car or out of the pool, but we believe that once you get into it and then we keep guiding you slowly, get your hands on it, that's when we get closer. So everything that we do will be on the tool, on the scripting, and we have a great ability to take you through this program accordingly. So team, I am done from my side. I'm more than glad to take up questions. If there are questions that are common, I'll try and copy them here. That way it's easy. So I'm going to start taking questions. I believe already my team started answering some of this, but just for the interest of everyone, I'll do this. Do I need to be a QTP professional to go with UFT? No, we're just taking the latest version. You don't have to know any other things except for this chapter 1 to 5 videos that I've asked you to watch as a prerequisite. Now, I'm sure some of you will not get an opportunity to watch chapter 1 to chapter 5. I don't want you to do that. I want you to try and give it an attempt because this is your opportunity. Commit to the program. It is not just the money that you put in, all the effort and the great result that is waiting for you at the end. And once you do that, you will watch the videos. The only prerequisites is to watch the videos. Even if you don't watch the videos, you'll still have uh, a comfortable start to the training, but it will give you a much better control when you go through the other. So are you going to cover all QTP features, UFT plus descriptive programming, right? Yeah. So the way we will do, team, is all QTP features I will not be able to cover in this 15 sessions. VB scripting, descriptive programming, object identifications, how we work with creating our own VB script codes, how we're going to build automation frameworks, how we're going to interact with an Excel sheet, or how we're going to interact with dynamic applications, how we'll build this entire frameworks ground up, and many more related areas, error handling, on error resume next, reporting of errors. All of this, yes, we will do, team. Okay, there may be a few things like, for example, .NET Factory or database testing, or let's say Mercury device replay. Those we may not present it to you in these sessions, but you'll have access to it. Why QTP renamed as UFT new version? So primarily it was a HP company's viewpoint that quick test professional has been in the industry for a long time. Now they wanted to come up with a very strong revamped version, show to the market that yes, we have come back in a major way with significant changes on the tool, and let's call this as unified functional testing. Also because they've combined this with web services testing, API testing, and so on, and that is the reason they have put together as one unified functional testing tool rather than a standalone quick test professional. So probably, I think if you look at it, quick test professional looks like a quick job done. All right, very quickly come in and do it, a simple tool and so on. But the point being that UFT, QTP or UFT is very strong product with many features. They probably would want a name which is standing with the brand, and that could have been the reason. I missed the initial session, no problem. Any sessions you miss, you will get access to the video. Do we need any experience in script languages? So I am expecting the participants attending this live training will have zero knowledge in programming, zero knowledge in automation, and it doesn't even bother if you have no manual testing skill team. Honestly, because this is a tool, this is a skill, this is a technology that can be learned independently. Having an exposure will make you more comfortable to manual testing concepts, but even that is not mandatory. Are all questions and answers posted on the training sessions? So I'm not sure, Satish, what you're intending. Are you saying that while the live webinar is happening, for example, right now I'm reading these and I'm answering them for you all, okay? But when you put the questions in the forum, then it'll become easy, okay? Let's see. I'm a fresher in IT. Will QA and UFT training help me get a job? Absolutely yes. And that is the main point that you all should focus on. There are few videos, team, I would want each of you to be able to learn from. Okay. If you go to the main website, go under events and look at, for example, the need project experience on your resume. This is one video you should watch. What can this give you as a value? Or if you go further down, how to get a QA job in 30 days or a career in automation testing. What is the power that QTP or UFT can have on your resume? All right. How do you migrate from non-IT to software testing? How to be a QA engineer? So all of these free sessions that I've done, team, are great guides for you to get a good knowledge on a lot of areas. So very simple, team. If I need to, let's say, get into a business of chemical industry, I want to buy a chemical industry plant, a small one, or a drug manufacturing plant, and do something about it. I am not from that field. I have no idea about it. I need to do some amount of orientation, some amount of an exposure to what it is, the basics, the fundamentals that talk about not only how to learn things, but how do we then take it and put it on a resume and apply it. So I have to go through some kind of a self-study, and these videos will help you do that, team. All right. I hope I answered the question, and that is the reason. Yes, it is absolutely good. The combination will really help you, QA and UFT training, to be able to apply and start giving yourself the best opportunities for jobs. One more very important thing, team. You all know, most of you are from the US. Yes, we have participants from across the globe, but primary bigger chunk is from the US. There is a big wave of H1 or H4 ready candidates who will soon become eligible for work. And then you will see the market getting flooded with so many candidates, and the jobs will be much fewer compared to the ratio, from a ratio perspective. And that is the reason it is extremely essential for you to take get an edge in a very strong manner. So when you get to an interview, I don't think the interviews will now last 30 minutes before they decide that you're not the right candidate. Within the first 5 to 10 minutes, the decision will be made that yes, you are the right fit or wrong fit, and then they will move on. If you're the right fit, they will try and have a longer discussion. So if you've got such a short window of opportunity, your best ability to do that is a great resume with the right words and skills in it. That is what those free videos that I spoke about will give you, and the ability to talk very, very freely when you get to those interviews, and your confidence, your coding level, what you bring to the table in terms of your ability and to the project. That will add value, and that is the edge that you need to work on. All right, let's see. Are you also looking to provide some notes on Siebel automation? As I think it's a bit different. Nope, I'm not touching Siebel automation in this. Yes, I'm in India right now. ALM class starts on the same with UFT. You're right, but Vidya, I believe that's a different schedule altogether. I don't think it's overlapping, because some of these courses people are attending both, some are just taking one. So with so many tools, skills, and so on that need to be learned, we will have to do some sessions which will go on not just one training a day. We will now keep having 3 or 4 different trainings. Is the installation same since December 2014? Most of it, but before you get to day one, you'll get the updated document uh, emailed to you. And that's an important thing that I will also pass to my team to make sure that it is all updated to the latest version of UFT 12.01, I believe, right? If I miss the class, then how should I make up? You'll have the video access. You can always go back and watch it. And the good thing, team, is you can attend this webinar from anywhere. You don't have to sit on your laptop to be able to attend. If you are mobile, taking a train, driving, I wouldn't recommend watching it while you're driving, but or you are away from your computer, you can still do it from your mobile, iPad, and so on. So these sessions through GoToWebinar can be done. So we've taken the highest possible package for it from a product standpoint, and you'll have good access. Let me see, team. I still have about 30-40 questions here. Let me see how I can quickly go through. If I have ignored a question, that is either it's common or probably not relevant to what we're doing. That's the only reason. But if it's important, you can always put it back. Okay, if I have questions, how should I ask you? So the way you ask questions, Smita, is you put it in the chat here and we answer. But your questions don't typically come during the live training, team. During the live training, everything seems neat, clean, and okay, this is good, this is easy. But when you start doing it, that is when you get challenges. And team, the first thing you should try and start learning is when you get a challenge, smile and be very happy that you've got a challenge. Because only when you get a challenge and you overcome it, you will learn something, you will get better at it. If you're not challenged, we will never learn anything in this whole world. So focus on the fact that challenges are good, take it in a different attitude and work with it. And the questions that you get when you practice, when you go through the challenges, you have the technical forum, the technical help desk team, they will help you out. You can also search for questions and answers in um, the existing forum. All right. I want you to be able to be self-sufficient when you get to that. But yes, you will be taken care in terms of support. Do I have job opportunity only with QTP UFT or do I need to learn more tools? Okay, so here is what I would say. When I'm interviewing for let's say a manual testing position, I get 50 people applying. Okay, out of this 50 people, let's say 20 people are applying who are only manual testing, pure. Okay, then there are 30 people who've got combination, another 20 people who've got 1 or 2 tools. Then there are 10 people who've got multiple tools. Okay, now I know what I'm going to pay. Let's say it's going to be $50 an hour. For $50 an hour, I have 20 people who've got only manual or 20 people who've got manual and 1 or 2 tools. And I've got another 10 people who seem to have multiple tool knowledge. I would rather prefer to go with them just for the opportunity. So the more the merrier will work to a certain extent here as long as you're strong at them. If you're strong at multiple tools, then fair enough, you should project it that way. But if you're not strong and you put all the tools, then there's no point. It's no point being master of none but jack of all kind of a thing. Master one thing very well, team. Okay, and that way, even in that middle section of the 20 people I was saying that we will come to, you will get identified. Okay, course fees. Do I need to pay for live training, live project, all of this? Please take it offline, team. We have the pricing page, which is very descriptive by itself out here. And also, you can consult with the team. They're away on chat right now, but we're typically trying to keep the live chat open as much as we can through the week. So you can do it. Do I need to know VB scripting? No, you can just go through what we're showing. Are you going to cover API testing? Nope, not in this one. If I need some help with my project work, will you help? Amir, from a technical forum standpoint and so on, absolutely yes. In a very limited and selective fashion, we also help people specifically on their project works in terms of guiding. We will not do it, but we will guide you. But you take a question, put it on your forum, and you will get the answers for sure. Do you use JavaScript in QTP UFT? We will get to it as we go along, but it's not JavaScript, it's VB script, please. How many type of framework can be implemented? Any types of frameworks, team. So we will take 2 or 3 for sure, and we'll work on them. What are the different membership plans? Same answer. Please look at the pricing. how do we access the Google Drive? So, Satish, we have got already out of the participants, we've got a list of people who are already premium members, and we will share this Google Drive with this file and many other files with everyone. That we will all have access. Similarly, we have so many batches. For example, Selenium Live Project M26 that's going on right now. In this, there are dozens of participants who are present. Okay, so all of these participants have access to this folder. There's so many teams out here that are working. There are almost about 65 70 plus participants actively working on this. All right, let's see what else are the questions now. Is QTP and UFT the same? Yes, UFT is nothing but the newer version of QTP. Okay, what is the difference? Just version changes, team. For example, what is the difference between Microsoft Windows Vista and XP, or even the earlier version 7 and 8 and so on? So it's just evolution. They've added new features, they've made it more current, made it more attractive, and they've also done some integrations. Let's see, I'm just trying to quickly go through it. QTP downloaded 30 days only. Yes, the same thing as I said. I've already answered where you have to put this question and get an answer. You'll have that. Is there a cross-reference solution available for VB scripting exercises? Yeah, so the best way to do that, team, is to make sure that you follow what I show, take it as is. You will have access to all the scripts that I do in the session. You'll have access to it and you can start working with it. New to testing, is this can be the first course to enter testing? Absolutely, Riaz. You should definitely watch those videos that I was talking about, how you migrate from non-IT to software testing and so on. It'll give you all the confidence and all the tips and tricks that can take you through that level. ALM and QTP together, will I get the job? Perfect. Great combination. ALM and QTP/UFT. How will we decide automation tool, either Selenium, UFT? How client will convince? So client has various ways to look at it, team. Typically, we think that it is price. Selenium is free. QTP you have to pay license, at least $10,000 minimum per user license. Then why will client go for QTP? Selenium also is powerful and so on. But not every company wants to go open source. They believe that when they pay for something, they get the value. So they value their time and their team members, the IT team's time, more than the fee of the license itself. And there'll be a lot of other hidden costs which will come up later. For example, if Selenium we're doing, then we need to also make sure that the skill level that we need to hire is, let's say, Java programmer rather than a VB script programmer. And the pay rate may be higher. And even if it's $5 higher, then it over a period of time that license fee value will go down. So from their need standpoint, how agile they are, what kind of a funding they have, do they already have signups with HP as a vendor to provide them with, and so on. All of this add to the decision of which one to take. From a usability standpoint, from a feature standpoint, yes, that will be the first analysis that will be done. But beyond that, these are the kind of analysis that people do. Let's see, what programming language I need to learn first, as I'm very new here. Charmaine, very simple. You've attended the orientation. I wanted to watch those free videos that I've talked about. Few of them are free, few of them are paid. So if you go in here, you will see under these videos, the first videos may be free on YouTube. So these 4 videos, 48 minutes, are free. So even if you've not yet become a premium member and you don't have access to these videos, that is fine. You can start off with these videos. You will get an idea. For example, what is automation? Why is it important? All of these fundamentals. You will get a good start on it. Okay. What else, team? Let's see. Are you guys located in USA? So I'm located in US. I live in Los Angeles and I do the training from LA, but I do travel a lot. So I do training from wherever I am. That way, the online trainings is a great model because irrespective of if I'm in San Diego, LA, New York, Australia or India, I can still continue to do this. If I've crossed 30 and I'm coming from different industry, then am I late into QA? Ankur, I'll tell you, there are people who are in the late 40s and early 50s also have done these shifts. Okay, they've done it in a very, very good manner. Because one of the things, Ankur, that we don't realize is, if you come from a different industry, what industry do you come? Because every industry will teach you something. One of the toughest things to learn is not things like QTP or UFT. It is the functional, industry, or domain knowledge, which you already have. You already have the functional, industry, and domain knowledge in whatever industry you have. You have that exposure. Now, adding a tool, combining it with what you have learned in the other industry, and saying that this is what I am, what you bring to the table, it adds a lot of value to you. All right. After training, how much experience we can show in resume? So, Sandhya, that's not really what I meant. You can't show any resume experience which you don't have, but that webinar that I spoke about will give you that good answer. So if you go under back under the free events and look at need project experience on your resume webinar, you will get that good idea. All right. Does QTP provide feature for web service testing? Yes, but we are not covering that right now. How to register as premium member? Ellen, you need to contact with the team. Just send them an email at learn@itlearn.com, and they'll take care. I'm in EST time zone. Is there a course which starts in EST time zone? So it's the same thing. It is just what is the time zone for you. So the first two sessions are stretched towards a very late night, but the other sessions are 5 p.m. Pacific, that is 8 p.m. EST. Okay, so that way we are good. Now, team, one more caution, and I want this to be there with everyone. Okay, while I've scheduled the sessions Monday through Friday, there is always one session in the week that we will not take. It is either because I want you to take a break, I want you to practice on it before the next session, or watch some of the videos, or it could also be a personal thing where I'm traveling or so. So, intentionally, we will try and take one day off and then extend these from May 7th on. I'm 100% sure we're not going to complete it on May 7th. That is a target that we're keeping. It will go more like, let's see, more like May 12th or 13th, team. That's when we kind of will be able to wrap up the whole thing. All right. Do you provide certification after successfully completing? For live projects, yes, we don't provide certification for training. Yes, we can provide a certification for training completion. All right. For live projects, for we give a different certificate. For this, a different one. Do you teach VB script from these sessions? Yes, absolutely yes. Do you have any package for QTP and web services SOAP testing? So team, the good point is when you go to the pricing page, and let's say that you're interested in QTP live project. First 1 year videos is $450, live plus videos is 500. Let's say you add this 1 year videos access. So that's the first item that you added to the cart. It's $450. Now you will go and let's say you want to add any other course. For example, web service testing. 1 year videos is 350. So we're going to click on it. And now you have both those products added. As soon as the product order crosses $500, there's automatically a 15% discount applied to you. So you don't have to worry about anything. It will get automatically applied to you. Once you cross $1,000, then it will become 20%. So for example, if I say this is 2 and this is 1 and say update quantity, you will see that the discount will be applied for 20% discount for all products or trainings over $1,000, and that will give you those packages automatically. So you can buy them as a package, you can combine them like this and do it. Sorry team, I expected this to be shorter than this 1 hour session. We've just kind of taken that 1 hour now. I want to make sure that I take the last few questions and then let you all go. I'm interested. I have experience in QTP. I'm interested to learn advanced concepts. Do you have any course only for advanced concepts? Yeah. So if you take the video program, you will see that majority of them, once you go from data-driven framework and beyond, will be advanced topics. We don't focus on training with basic fundamentals like record and run and or actions and checkpoints and focus there. Actions, checkpoints, record and runs, all of these are very, very preliminary. We don't even touch them so much. It's all there for you to watch in case you need it. but we go very deep. We go very hands-on: scripting, frameworks, descriptive programming, how we do error handling, how do we do function libraries, how do we interact with different scripts, and so on. So all of these we will focus very extensively on. REST services, no. If a company using early versions of QTP, then if they ask me to update scripts, yeah, so that's fine. Do we have live project after the May 7th? Yes, there will be a live project after the May 7th, or let's say May 12th or 13th ending. We will have a live project. I don't believe I remember the dates, or it's been published yet, but once we have it, then we will share with everyone. Do you have separate for video? Do you have to pay separate for live video and live training, or so team, again, we can take it offline, but very quickly letting you know that in the project, you can just select, for example, in the pricing page, you can take the live plus videos, the $500 package automatically, and you don't have to worry about buying them separately. Okay. Or if you already are a premium member of videos and so on, then you buy project videos, or try the project participation and the videos for 125, and so on. Okay. All right, I am now towards the end, and we should be getting going with day one. And team, please follow those prerequisites that I spoke about. I walked you through it. I will also share this video so you can look back and make sure. Okay. Do you have any training for REST service testing? No, not yet. How will we be learn? Will we learn to write from scratch? Yeah, so we will, absolutely. I'm assuming none of you have that skill. That is my assumption, and that will give me the direction, the fact that yes, I have to start from the way beyond, from the basics. I wouldn't be rushing into it, team. If you're a most member team, this training is included in it, so you don't have to pay anything additional. You can always contact directly to the team. They will help you up with the rest things. All right, everyone, that's it for now. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time, patience. I hope I gave you a good introduction about what the training is going to be, how I'm going to conduct it, what you will need to be doing, what to expect, and taken care of some of your questions. So feel free to interact, write to us, interact with us on Facebook and all these places. Also, make sure that you send any questions that you have to Manoj, and we will see you back in about a week's time for day one. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for the support, for the good words, and the fact that you all appreciate what we do out here. We have a long way to go. We have our own challenges, but we realize and we'll work with you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye now. Take care, everyone.